All right, hello, and welcome to the Initiative Order, and welcome to The Sleeping Dragon, a D&D one-shot. Before we dive into the story, let's meet our players. Carly, let's start with you. If you'll introduce yourself, your pronouns, and then your character and their pronouns.
I am Carly. I use any pronouns, and tonight I am playing Secunda Taal, who uses she/her pronouns.
Very nice. Basheer, will you please introduce yourself?
I'm Basheer Gauss, he/him pronouns, and I am playing Khorag Dax, who also uses he/him pronouns.
Awesome. Jhevaunte.
Hi, I'm Jhevaunte. I use he/him pronouns, and I will be playing Calliope Sparkshine, who uses they/them pronouns.
Awesome. Last but certainly not least, Peps.
I am Peps or Pepperina. I use she/her, and tonight I will be playing Evie, who also uses she/her.
Awesome. And I am Cori. I will be the DM for the evening. Let's go ahead and get into this, shall we, guys?
All right.
We begin on a cool, crisp autumn day. The sun has just crested over the mountains to the east of a small town called Blackburn, as we watch a bird take flight. It soars and coasts through the breeze, its babies crying out for their mother. It travels through the forest, which is turning those brilliant hues of orange and red commonly associated with autumn. As it weaves its ways through the forest, a few deer stand near a stream while a wolf watches and waits. But while that may be interesting, that is not today's story. Instead, we follow that small bird to a town that's coming alive with the rising sun. A plume of smoke billows from a chimney, a fisherman casts his line, and a farmer checks on his animals. A few children run out of the orphanage, laughing as their caretaker chases after them. It's a beautiful day. Quite a peaceful one, too. Except as the day begins, we hear a piercing cry, then a wail, then a cry, then another wail, over and over again. And that is where our story begins on a beautiful autumn day with a small child crying. And let's see what our characters are up to. Okay, Harley, if you would tell us what Secunda is up to.
Secunda is currently, it is actually one of her few days off that she gets. She is a teacher in the town. She is just kind of enjoying her quiet time that she's getting, just with her spouse at home, just basically sitting in silence, or quiet, not necessarily enjoying each other's company.
Nice. So yeah, you're kind of just sitting there. You're probably out on your couch. It's a nice day. Have a couple of the windows open. Any particular book that you're maybe reading or anything like that? Or are you just kind of sitting there?
I feel like she's kind of skimming a book, but not really paying attention to it. It's one she's read about 1,000,000 times. It's just to have something to do with her talons, I guess.
Right. Will you tell us, will you describe your character a little bit?
Secunda is an owlin. She is about 5'6". She's kind of smaller. She has like tawny brown feathers, with like a white face. I can't think of the species of owl, but it's like a barn owl kind of thing. I think that might be it. But she is wearing these just nice robes, and just very friendly looking.
Yeah. So as you're kind of sitting there, you hear a knock on the door. What are you gonna do?
I'll just kind of like look around for a second and then kind of hobble over and open it.
Yeah, so you open it and she's about 6 foot tall. She looks to be like a half orc woman, sort of light green skin, and she looks tired. I mean, like bags under her eyes, has definitely seen better days, like looks very disheveled. You know, this is Zara one of your friends, one of, kind of your neighbors. Uh, Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm sure, and about that time you just hear this cry. I've been better. It's been days now. I can't put her to sleep. Um, I received this letter, and I don't know. I was just hoping maybe you and a few others could maybe help me out with it.
Yeah. What's the letter say?
It basically, I need to go find a couple other people. I can tell you all if you meet me at my house in 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I'm sorry. I know this is one of your days off.
No, it's quite all right. I don't mind one bit.
And she'll kind of like peek around you, wave at your spouse, and then you see her start to walk off. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'll just kind of probably explain situation just in case, and just kind of get maybe a cup of tea or something ready to take with me.
Yeah. And, your spouse will kind of make the tea how you like it. Maybe there's like a little travel mug that they give you that you can take with you. And it's probably like Blackburn, it's like by like the tourist board and that sort of thing. But we cut to Khorag. What are you doing this morning?
We cut into a warren, just this large network of underground tunnels and the like. There are, it's an extended family home. There are multiple families of various goblinoids living in here, and we see this tall hobgoblin stumble out of a tunnel. There's a baby bugbear kind of latched onto the back of his head, gnawing on him. He's got another baby hobgoblin in one arm. He's kind of looking around hurriedly, and he goes, "Berta, don't touch that!" And he throws out one arm, which extends unnaturally in far past where it should be able to, and it grabs and pulls back a goblin baby who was crawling towards like a cook fire. Okay. He like stumbles, steps away with the kid, puts the goblin baby in the hands of a moody and now very annoyed teenage goblin who is kind of sitting around and trying not to do anything as he is doing it is his turn to take care of folks' kids, or like watch the kids while everyone else is working. Mm-hmm. Khorag views his job as a leather worker as a break from his job taking care of his family. And unfortunately, today is not a day where he is at his actual job.
Yeah. So, you hand the little child off to the teenager. Teenager just, why do I have to be doing this?
You can take the other two if you'd like.
This one's fine. And
Thank you.
The teenager, like, they're complaining, but they love the kids. They take care of them. They probably just wanted to go do something, but they walk off and you kind of hear like the baby and them giggling. How might a person get into this place if they wanted to come visit you?
There is a door just at the top level, at ground level, like above ground. It kind of looks like a one-person house. Then if you actually enter, it's like there's a guest room up there, and then there's a tunnel into everything else. It has like a very loud bell so that someone will actually hear you if you ring it.
Right. So, about that time, you're kind of taking care of the kids. You're making sure that they aren't putting, like random objects into their mouth, because of course they are. You're like, no. And then you hear like the loud bell.
He like pauses, looks to see if anyone else is going for it. They aren't. And he quickly like scoops up the relevant kids in his arms, kind of checks on the bugbear, still kind of grabbed onto the back of his head, and still like bounds up to the front door with a speed trained from a notable adventuring career, now put to domestic tasks, and kind of peels the door open with one foot. Hello? And his accent kind of drops away into something more normal. Yeah, hello?
Hi, and you recognize this as Zara. I'm sorry, I know you're busy with a lot of things, but I was hoping I could maybe ask you for some help.
Always happy to help. Can it happen here, or is this a leave the house sort of situation? It may take a few minutes for...
It's a leave the house situation. Yeah, you're gonna want to leave. And she'll kind of look at all, like the little kid, like gnawing on you. You'll want to leave them behind. I and again, you just keep hearing this baby cry off in the distance. She's just been crying all the time. And I got this letter, and I just need help if you're up for it. I mean,
well, I'll find someone to take care of the kids, and I will be right over.
Thank you so much. I'm really sorry. I know this probably isn't how you were expecting the day to go.
I mean, helping with crying children is in fact exactly how I was expecting the day to go. The specific children, sure, different, but...
Of course. Well, I'll see you in 10 minutes or so, if that sounds good to you.
All right.
And you watch as she kind of trots off. And again, just like her body language, it's just slumped. She looks just exhausted. Anything else you want to do before you start to head that way?
Well, I'm going to have to find some relative who's free enough to take care of the rest of these kids.
Yeah, there's probably sort of like a college age student, here for maybe like a little holiday break or something. Definitely like writing papers. Sees you come in. What was that? Who was at the door?
I'm going to give you 10 gold. You're going to take care of the kids for the rest of the day. No questions asked.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Is it 10 gold now? Is it 10 gold after? Or
10 gold now, sure.
We'll kind of slip it in their bag. And we'll just like grab the kids, send you out with a wave.
All right.
Okay. Evie, what you doing?
Well, Evie owns a local bakery, and she is a small fairy. So she is like fluttering around. She is very chaotic. You'll see her in her bakery, just like here and there and getting things ready. She's covered in sugar and flour and food coloring, just flitting about, getting all of her donut holes is her specialty, because real size donuts are too big for her. She's very small. So she has created a smaller bite-sized version of her favorite food to sell to the people of this lovely town.
Yeah. Are there any particular ones that you're working on this morning? Is there like a new creation maybe?
She would probably be working with an oozy red berry, not to be confused with the other oozy red berry, but this one specifically.
Yeah. So you hear like the little bell chime on your door. This little gnome like walks in. He's got like scraggly, his beard is very like patchy. It does not look good, and somebody should definitely tell him to shave it. But he comes in. I was hoping to buy a couple donut holes, if that's all right.
Oh yeah, what kind do you want?
Oh, do you have any recommendations?
I really like Timothy's holes. Those are one of my favorites. There's also, like, if you like something a little spicy, I've been working on these for a special project, but I have a spicy popper if you'd like to sample that. It's got like this kind of white dipping sauce that has different herbs and stuff in it. It goes really good with spicy things, I've found.
Oh, sure. I'd love to try. I'd try those. Do you have like a sort of sample pack,
Yeah.
maybe?
I can give you a sample for sure.
Oh,
And like she spins around really fast and her wings hit a whole thing of sprinkles and they fall into a batter. And she's just like, oh, that's a lot of sprinkles. New flavor.
that does look good. I could come back later and pick that up.
Oh, yeah, those should be ready.
Oh, perfect. I'll come back later. I'll get the full little sample size afterwards. This looks great. This looks absolutely great.
While you wait, you might want to go next door to the barber. I think they're having a special.
Oh. And you see him kind of like very self-consciously like at his beard. Okay. And just walks out.
With every haircut, you get a free donut hole.
Very, very dejected. Thumbs up. So as he's walking out, you see your old friend Zara walk in. Good morning, Evie.
Hey.
Hi. I'm sorry to ask you this. I know that you probably want the shop open, but I was hoping I could have your help with my baby. She won't go to sleep, and I received this weird letter, and I'm trying to get a group of people together. Would you be able to?
Yeah. Do you think she'd like a donut hole? Maybe that would help.
She's not exactly able to have solid foods yet.
Maybe I can just give her the ooze out of the oozy berry one. It's not salad.
It's worth a shot. I mean, I don't know if it'll work, but sure, we can try it.
Okay, I'll bring some with me.
Thanks. And would you bring some of what was the first one you told the little gentleman about?
Was it Timothy's holes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you bring some of Timothy's holes? Those,
oh, yeah.
I mean, those are the best ones.
Everybody loves Timothy's holes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I hate this. So Sarah is gonna go ahead and walk out. Definitely a little bit more of a, pep in her step. And
I have that effect on people.
Yeah. But still, you can tell that she is far more tired than she should be. Anything else you want to do while you're, like, before you go? House?
I think I would just clean up a little bit. So I would be using like prestidigitation and just like trying to clean up my mess as much as I could. And I would be packing up boxes and some of the I will take both the oozy red berry and the oozy other red berry sauce with me, just in case. I don't know what this baby's preferences are, so I might as well bring both.
I don't think the baby knows. So yeah, so easy enough. You're able to pack all that stuff up and you're kind of head out the door. You gonna lock it behind you, or are you just gonna leave it?
I will leave a jar and I'll say with a sign that says donut holes 5 cents.
Very nice. And in Blackburn, like, it's a pretty trusting community, so you will come home to plenty of little coins in there.
Yeah.
But Calliope, what are you doing this morning?
At this time of the morning, Calliope is busying themselves. The tavern is not super busy in the morning because the brunch specials aren't active as of right now. So Calliope is busying themselves with applying their face, getting their makeup kind of prepped, getting the shine on their eyebrow horns looking just about right.
Nice.
And also tying off the ends of their hair with the ribbon placements they have.
Perfect. Yeah, and you actually received like a new shipment of like some makeup and stuff. So it's a little bit of a different vibe than you usually go for. But the tavern isn't too busy. Are you working on maybe any brunch things that anybody could like smell, be enticed by?
There is a scent of maple that is wafting in the air, which with the warmth of it seems to be an alcohol that is being tried currently. Calliope is more of the idea person, with their co-owner being the more of the doer of the group.
Right. And you can hear like your co-owner kind of in the other room. You just hear like a bunch of like noises, like some crashes. You maybe even hear like a little small explosion. Oh fuck, maybe not the best day for them.
You making sure not to burn the place down, honey?
Sure. And you hear like some water sloshing on something. Yep, everything's fine.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that water hit. You need any help in there?
I'm good. And you see like a little thumbs up come from the door. And about that time, you see Zara enter the little tavern. Her nose kind of, oh, that smells delicious.
Maple eggnog with a little bit of liquor in it spins around, but I recognize that voice just about anywhere. Zara, how you be doing, honey?
I've been better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am very happy about the baby. I don't know how to get her to sleep, and I'm so tired. I'm so tired. It's actually why I'm here. Are you busy today?
Like looks around. Not today, not at the moment anyway. And I'm sure that the place could tide over without my entertainment for the evening.
I have missed coming to those, but family first.
Yeah, of course. Ain't no thing.
But yeah, if I'm getting your old group back together at my house, if you'd be able to come in maybe 10 minutes.
Like looks around at the tavern again before leaning back. Sweetie, I'm gonna be gone for a little bit. Think you could manage to not destroy our livelihood?
You hear like some glass breaking and then again another small explosion. Yep, everything's good.
Nine hells, if he wasn't cute. All right, stands up. Calliope is a little tall, and that's in addition to that they are wearing heels.
So about how tall?
About probably matching Zara in height.
Nice.
Little knuckles crack. See you in 10 minutes.
I'll see you then. And she'll go ahead and walk out. So, you guys all start to make your way to Zara's house. It's up on a hill. It kind of overlooks this plot of land. You see like a lot of little sheep and like pigs and all sorts of animals just kind of running around. You see like a dog, a cat that is just lazing about. But you guys all arrive at Zara's house at about the same time. What are you guys doing?
Soon as I start seeing the group, just going to run over and give them the good old two cheeks kiss. It's so good to see y'all again. Really, it's an absolute pleasure.
It is lovely. Oh, I see we've got the whole gang back together. It is lovely to see you all. I have not been getting out much.
Khorag, you look tired. Honey, have you been getting
Little
any
tired.
sleep?
No.
I think you have a little. I think
Yo.
one of your kids maybe a little. Here, let
Yo.
me. And I'm gonna just prestidigitation his shirt where like the baby spit up a little bit.
Thank you. I had
You're good. You're good.
entirely missed that.
Mm-hmm. Calliope, I have something for you.
What you got, honey?
And I'm gonna pull out one of the spicy peppers. I made this for your brunch.
Let me give it a little try.
You gotta have the dip. You gotta have the dip.
Gotta have the
pull
dip.
out a little cup of dip too.
All right. Your little dip. Like opens their mouth a little bit wide so that they don't get their lipstick smeared. Now, darling, that is just about the most perfect thing that I could think of for our brunch. You know, I've been thinking of pairing something a little bit spicy with, I'm thinking a tomato-based drink.
Oh.
You'll have to give me a little bit to think about a good name for
Okay.
that one. But
Okay.
this I think will be just about perfect. And Secunda, darling, how are you doing this fine evening?
I am wonderful, Calliope. Thank you for asking. It's so good to see you. How's the tavern going?
You know, business be booming. I've missed seeing some of y'all at my shows, but I know that y'all have some busier lives than my own. But I can't say I can complain. Blessed child, I am blessed.
So, you guys are kind of catching up, talking about the things that you've been doing, trying the poppers. And you just keep hearing this baby crying over and over again. And even out here, you can hear Zara's partner just, it's okay, everything's okay. But yeah, this baby is just crying. What are you guys doing?
I'm not exactly good with kids. It's not kosher to just cast sleep and then let the chips fall where they may, right?
I don't.
It's generally considered a bad idea.
Okay, that's a faux pas.
Excessive
Okay,
magic
that's a faux pas.
exposure isn't ideal before I don't know what the human equivalent is, but 10 or so for hobgoblins. But Khorag is going to kind of poke his head in and see if there's anything he can do to help, because if nothing else, he has plentiful experience with childcare at the moment.
Right. Yeah, so you peek your head in, and first of all, this house is a disaster. And you guys have known Zara, all of you, pretty much since you first moved here, and you know that it's like typically a messy clean. Like there's stuff around the house, but it seems to be organized. This is a complete disaster. Like there are clothes everywhere. There is food like on the stove that is smoking. But as you peek in, you see Zara's partner, Lex, and they're a human, and they're just holding this little baby. Hi, Zara's in the other room if you need to talk to her. I'm just trying to help her go to sleep.
Yeah, we were told there was a letter, and it seems like the issue's been going on a bit.
Yep. In the living room, and she'll kind of wave you in. Just in there, and she'll kind of welcome you guys all in and point you in the direction of the living room. You see Zara on the couch, just like this, just trying to like breathe through it. She has like a little letter like on her chest. Are you guys going in? Are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zara?
Evie's gonna go in and like hand the sauce to the partner with the baby. Here, I brought this. I don't know if it'll help. There's 2 different kinds. I don't know what she'd like.
The Lex will kind of take some of it and sort of like dip her finger in and try to give it to the baby. Baby's not having it. Tries it with the other red berry. Same thing. The baby just keeps screaming and crying, and they don't. The baby does not like your donuts.
Don't like red berry.
No.
Maybe the baby prefers blue. I'll have to look for blue.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't. Thanks for coming, Evie.
And I'm gonna also cast Mage Hand, and just like while everybody's talking, it's gonna just like quietly be cleaning things around the house and like putting things away.
Lex will kind of see you doing this and just give you a little nod. But so
I'm just gonna like point a finger to and like prestidigitation that thing over there, and
it is very much appreciated. You can tell. So you guys make your way into the living room, and you know, Zara, upon seeing you guys enter, will sit up. Thanks so much for coming, you guys. I'm sorry it's such late notice. Well, here, and she pulls out this letter, and she hands it. Who's gonna take it?
Khorag will take it.
Okay, so she'll hand it to you. It came this morning. You know, we've been having trouble with the baby, and so I originally thought it was just an angry neighbor. You know how Karen gets.
She doesn't like the red sauce either.
She doesn't like anything. But so I originally thought it was from her, and you can tell, Khorag, it's like addressed to the parents of the unsleeping baby. I originally thought it was her, and then I opened it, and well, you can see. Are you gonna go ahead and open the letter?
Yeah, I'll open the letter, read through it. Let's see what we've got.
Do you speak Draconic?
I do.
Perfect. So you can read it. So it's written in Draconic, and it basically says, you know, to the parents of the child, I can help you out. I tend to keep my presence. I tend to keep to myself. I tend to keep my presence unknown to most people. But I am a sleeping dragon. I can help you with this. However, you know, I will need sort of some favors to make sure that you guys are, you know, legit, that you're not just going to like steal my magic and this sort of thing. And it's, you know, it's signs. It's even signs like this, like the sleeping dragon. She's like, as you know, you finish reading this, and Zara kind of shrugs. I don't know. I feel like it's just a wild goose chase, but at this point I'm desperate for anything. And so I was hoping you guys might be able to go take a look. I don't really want to leave, you know, them. And she'll point at the other room where Lex and the baby are. I didn't really want to leave them alone. So I was hoping that maybe you could all check it out. Let us know if it's anything.
That's, well, since they went through the trouble of reaching out, I figure there's decent odds that it's something. It may be some sort of bizarre, long-forgotten grudge and an extremely convoluted trap, but I'm sure it'll be something. So yeah, I'm entirely willing to check it out. How's everyone else feeling on this one?
Yeah, I mean, we could get eaten, but you know, circle of life. Let's go.
This is sounding kind of like an adventure. Ain't done one of those in a hot minute. And I don't know, that's got my blood pumping a little bit. I'd be happy to help.
Ooh, yeah, like the last time.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta be careful not to do that one thing.
I mean, the stakes are a bit lower. How likely is it?
Really, if you think about it, it turned out fine in the end.
We are here.
Yeah, exactly. We're fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was only like minimal trauma at the end of that. We got over that just fine.
We were all alive by the end of it.
Yeah, just mental trauma can heal in time.
I mean, we can't say the same for Bob, but
Eh,
he was old.
Well, these things, they
you
happen.
could argue it was unrelated.
Yeah, you could. You could really
There
make
is
a case.
no proof it was our fault.
Legally,
Precisely.
absolutely not.
Exactly.
Mhm.
We're in, honey.
And like Zara has been watching this whole exchange. What's the thing? What happened to Bob?
Don't worry about it. We'll handle this.
Yeah.
We're not bringing a Bob, so it'll be fine.
I guess that's true. Okay.
We're not.
And
You didn't invite a Bob, right?
I don't know a Bob. I know a Robert.
Okay. Don't invite him.
I wasn't planning on it. He lives in a couple towns over.
Okay.
All
We're
right.
good then. We're good.
Yeah, this will be fine.
Yeah. You're in good hands, honey.
I hope so. I mean, you all saved the world once, didn't you? I hope I'm in good hands for something as simple as this.
I mean, it's been a bit, but yeah.
It's getting
Meeting a
baby-
dragon, making donuts. I mean, it's the same thing, really.
and it's helping to get a baby go to sleep. How hard can it possibly be?
Very
Smash cut.
hard. Very hard. Like Zara.
So I know
just
you haven't been dealing
deadpan.
with kids, Clive.
I run a bar. What am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
So she'll kind of flip the letter over, and you see on the back it's a little map of like Blackburn and kind of the valley and like the mountains, and it has like a little red X on it, and it even has like the little "you are here" sticker type thing. I can lend you all some horses and a wagon if that would be good for you.
Absolutely.
Just if you maybe give me 30 minutes or so, and you guys can wrap up any business that you might have elsewhere.
Absolutely, honey. Take as long as you need. I'm going to need to get some of my own accoutrement prepared, so.
And she just sags with relief. Like she is just, this might be nothing, but you can tell that it's at least bringing her some peace of mind, because you are going to try and do something, and no matter what, at least she knows that she has tried everything. Well, okay, meet back here in 30 minutes or so. Thank you again. And she'll walk out the back door. The baby is still crying though, like has moved a little bit so it isn't quite as loud. But my goodness, that baby can cry. So what are you guys doing in the next 30 minutes? And what maybe are you gathering in the meantime?
Let's see. Proper, I think Khorag goes and basically gets changed. He gets proper some of his old adventuring robes. He gets wraps for his arms, a few days of rations and stuff, kind of putting the old adventuring kit back together, and kind of leaves a message with the older kids for the rest of the family. Just when your parents get home, I'm going to be gone for a few days, helping out with some all of his siblings and extended relatives his age know that he used to be an adventurer and did all this stuff. As far as everyone below 25 is concerned, he is the weird uncle who wears sunglasses a lot, who is definitely lying about his previous job. So just, yeah, I have to do some old work stuff, have to get some leather. Don't worry about it. I'm going to be gone for a few days.
The college student that you're leaving the kids with right now is just gonna
And another couple gold, and don't worry about it.
Okay. Interesting. Just gives you a little side eye. Interesting. All right. What are the others doing?
Secunda is hiring a sub for the next week just in case.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how long she's going to be gone, but
yeah, easy enough. Despite the fact it's a small town, there are quite a few teachers. So you're able to get somebody sort of ready and prepared to teach your class while you're gone. You know that she's like the kids' favorite substitute. So no matter what, they will be happy.
Oh, yeah. I also want to get my old adventuring gear, and I want to get a book of different like lullabies in different languages that I pull off my shelf. It's very dusty. It's just something that I happened to pick up at some point because I feel like there's just an entire wall that's just a bookshelf in Secunda's house, and I'm gonna get that and take that back to Zara.
Perfect. Evie and Calliope.
Evie would be back at her bakery, getting her gear, and she would pick up a rolling pin. That's her weapon that she uses when she adventures. It's a very heavy to her because she's very small. Rolling pin. It's probably not that big to anybody else, but it's the heaviest thing she has. So she gets that. She gets a whole bunch of donut holes and packs them up for everybody for the adventure. Has the gnome come back yet?
You don't see him, but you do see like some money left in the little jar that you put outside. So you're like,
okay,
maybe it was him.
Okay.
And he just got tired of waiting.
I will leave just a little sample pack and a note that says haircut looks great, I think, just in case he comes, and then she'll pack up her stuff. She doesn't have a whole lot of things, so mostly just donut holes and her rolling pin.
Incredible.
And then I'll fly over to Calliope's with the poppers that I have to drop off before they go bad, so they can serve them at brunch while we're gone.
So in the meantime, what is Calliope doing?
Calliope is also preparing themselves, getting their own older adventurers gear, which they have patched a few times. Which is surprisingly not armor of any variety. It's really just more of another style of dress clothing that they're just kind of throwing on. And they also have opened up a leather case to check the tuning on an mbira, which is a small, almost metallic xylophone-like instrument. And as they kind of take it and roll it around to make sure that it's still good, check the arcanic carving on the back, make sure that that symbol is still perfect, rolls it back over, places it back in the case, closes it, and runs their hand over their face as their makeup shifts slightly to be a bit more vibrant. And that should just about do it. Takes the case, flips it over their shoulder, heads down to the tavern. All right, I'm going to be gone for a few days on a business trip. If anybody is missing a show of any variety or any kind, just let them know that I will be having an extravaganza. Basically 2 days after I am back, and prepare for that. In the meantime, run a half-price special on some of our house specialty drinks for the time that I am gone as an inconvenience.
Sounds good. Be safe. Love you.
Takes a step, pauses. Want to run that last bit by me again, honey?
I just meant be safe.
Uh-huh.
And you just hear like a lot of crashing.
Just rolls their eyes and heads out.
So Evie, you said you were on your way to Calliope first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would probably like almost fly into you with excitement at the door as you walked out.
Well, howdy there, Evie.
Hi, I brought the rest of those poppers because I don't want them like go bad while we're gone. So I thought maybe you guys could still serve them at your brunch.
That's a brilliant idea. Give me just one moment. I'm going to take the poppers. I'm going to slowly walk back and then just
Don't forget the sauce! And I like shove sauce towards you too.
And as they like peer back into the kitchen, place the poppers onto just like the counter. Love you too. See you later. Closes the door, heads back out. So then, kind of like looks your gear up and down. Haven't changed a day, have we?
I mean, I haven't had any new gear since our last adventure.
No. I've just updated this a little bit, but it's kind of nice to know that some things never change, huh?
Mm-hmm. There's probably more like food coloring on my rolling pin than last time, as I actually use it for cooking now.
That's fair. Mine's probably a little bit more like looks down. They've definitely have bedazzled their gear more because they use it sometimes for their shows.
It is very snazzy.
I'm enjoying it. It's kind of nice to see it.
You know what might look really nice with all the bedazzles, and I like cast dancing lights so that it like glitters off of you. You're like a disco ball.
Give a little twirl. You know, I've been thinking of trying something with light work, and this seems to work just perfect for this. Thank you, Evie.
I love it. You know what? While we're like on this adventure, maybe we could work out some things to like upgrade your show with my things that I can do.
I'm liking it. I'm liking the sound of it.
All right, we should probably like go find the others now. Yeah.
Let's see. The next person's closest to us is either gonna be, I don't know. Secunda's house is closest to me, I think. I can never really tell where Khorag's house is in comparison to my own.
It's down, right?
Right.
And she just looks at the ground. Like,
I'm gonna
assume. I don't know exactly where it goes.
I'm gonna assume Secunda will probably also tell us exactly where Khorag's place is.
Secunda is very smart.
And I guess we're heading over to Secunda.
Yeah, so Secunda, you see your two friends making their way to you. They've both got like a lot of energy, you know, like they are definitely the people who everybody knows them.
You got lost on the way to Khorag's again, didn't you?
Lost implies that I knew where I was going.
Okay.
I know it's under somewhere.
Yeah, okay. It's really okay. See, I don't really understand. I mean, I get that it's a hobgoblin thing, but there's lots of places that aren't that complicated to get to that he could live. Anyways,
we don't try to change people's.
No, absolutely not what I'm doing. I just, good Lord, we need a map.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe a sign.
A sign would be lovely.
Yeah. You know what? When we get there, I will put some lights above the door so we know.
There we go. And we'll remember it's like a little beacon.
Yes.
And if everyone doesn't mind, Khorag steps out from behind Sparkshine and just goes, "Oh, so like Warren here on a big sign pointing down, or?"
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, that is what we need.
Yeah, y'all
Oh,
have
welcome,
been together.
Matt, or something.
Well, I guess I'd need to run it past, all the other relatives, but we could probably draft something up.
Mhm.
Yeah, and y'all have been together long enough, even though it's years after, your last adventure, that there's very little that the others can do to surprise you. But so you guys make your way to Zara's house. You can tell even from the outside that the little work that like Evie was kind of doing with her magic did help. There's a wagon out front. It has 2 horses at the front. Zara has, packed a couple like little sleeping packs for y'all. And she'll wave at you guys as you start to approach. I hope this is fine. We don't have much more than this. I think it'll fit all of you, especially if somebody's, kind of reining the horses in. I think all of you can fit in the back.
We've made do with it'll be fine. We've made do with some very strange travel arrangements. This is
true.
downright cozy.
That second to last one was
Unpleasant.
Very unpleasant.
Is that the one with the chimera?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the chimera, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
I kind of miss Muffin, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Someone has to.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Right. I did bring you something, and I'm like rooting through my bag a little bit, and I pull out the Book of Lullabies. Now, I did translate it in the margins a few years ago. It might be kind of faded by now, but very important to learn new languages. I'm always saying this, and I just kind of shove the book at her.
She'll kind of open it up. Oh, lullabies?
Yeah, it may not help much, but it might calm the nerves if nothing else.
Well, I will certainly make Lex sing them. I'm afraid I don't have a singing voice at all. I can't carry a tune.
Darling, neither do 80% of the entertainment that joins me on my evening's affairs, and yet people still give him corn nonetheless. I'm sure your voice is perfectly fine.
Also, you don't really carry songs, you sing them.
You're so right, Evie. Maybe that's been my problem. I've been trying to carry them.
I got confused about that before too. It's a common, yeah.
And Dax gets out a little leather pouch, wax earplugs. I thought they might help.
Probably better than what I brought.
But so she'll kind of help you guys load all your stuff into the horse and into the carriage, and she'll actually hand in through the window the little book of lullabies to Lex, and you kind of hear their voice like kind of stumbling over some of the words because they are actually trying to sing it in some of the original language for some of them. You can tell that they're maybe not quite as fluent as they think they are.
As a word of caution, if any of those are in Infernal, I highly recommend you not try to do it in Infernal. You may inadvertently summon something, just as a word of caution.
We learned that from the third to last adventure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, and Zara will look at you all, you will have to tell me about these adventures. I think I need to just write them down, publish them as stories, adventures or something. Would any of you be opposed to that? Maybe we can talk about that after we come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will
You
have
might
to
want to
insist
leave
you
out the part
falsify
of
my name, but
Yeah.
otherwise, I'm on board.
If you're selling it to kids, you might want to leave out what happened to Bob.
Yeah.
If you're selling it to most audiences, you'll want to leave out what happened to Bob.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Do I want to know what happened to Bob?
No.
No.
I just thank you so much. Please don't let whatever happened to Bob happen to any of you.
It's
It would be
never happened
extremely
to
difficult.
anybody but a Bob. So as long as we don't have a Bob, we'll be fine.
I don't. And she'll just like can't fully process, so just walks into the house. But who's gonna take the reins for the horses?
If there are no objections, Dax will.
I will go up to them though, and cast speak with animals.
Okay.
And just be like, he can be a little like rough at times. Don't mind him. He means well. Just get us there.
Okay.
And then I hand them each a donut hole.
Should horses eat donut holes? Well, doesn't matter. They're gonna try and eat it.
They're gonna eat it.
They seem happy and like they let you know as much. This is really, really good, dude. Like this is really good. Like you should. Do you sell those, dude? Like you should sell those.
I do, right down there.
Nice.
You guys come by anytime after this adventure, and I'll hook you up. What's your favorite thing? I'll put it in a donut.
Carrots.
I
Carrots, dude.
could do a carrot.
I do love carrots.
Okay.
That's
the orange one, right?
I ain't saying nay.
Yeah, that is the orange one.
And then Evie just like with her wings just like slowly flies backwards.
Incredible. So yeah, you guys go ahead, you hop in the little wagon. Khorag is taking the horses. You can tell kind of based on the map, and again, you guys have lived in this place for a number of years. You can tell it's maybe a day's ride, and it's probably about noon at this time. Anything in particular you guys want to do on like the ride there?
Just gonna play the kind of just practicing the Ambira while we're in the wagon.
I said Karen once and it's just affected you.
I was trying
There.
to say carriage
There.
and a wagon, but in the wagon,
Mhm.
just practicing the Ambira.
And then Evie would be like messing around with her different magic to try and like make different lights and different like effects and fog and with Calliope to try and up their show.
Y'all ever miss it? The whole adventuring gig?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Like adventuring for red berries isn't as fun as that fourth to last one that we did.
Occasionally, but I really do appreciate no one trying to kill me in the average year.
Yeah, but it kept you alive, There was a bit of this.
I mean, it very much the opposite. It was very much actively attempting to kill us.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean, Khorag. The feeling of just like knowing that at any moment you lay your head down on a pillow and that might be the last time you get a good night's sleep just kept you kind of motivated,
Khorag, don't you have a lot of medium-sized angry people that live with you though? Like referring to the teens.
I was about to
Like, are you sure?
about teenagers.
Are you sure they're not trying to kill you? I've seen them come out. They're not happy.
That's just what teenagers are like. That's normal.
Is it because they're just so average?
If you say that to them, they might actually try something.
Because I have a spell that can either make them bigger or smaller, whichever way they want to go.
They'll get bigger over time. You just gotta give them a couple years.
Are you feeding them enough? Here.
That's definitely not a problem.
Give them one of these, and I give them
You've
a donut.
Seen our donut expenditures, Evie. You have seen how much my family buys in donuts on a monthly basis.
That is true. You're my best customers, yeah.
It's worrying.
How's teaching going, Secunda?
It's wonderful. They're not really... kids just don't really care about Celestial like they used to. I've been trying to kind of include it in my lessons, and they're just not really... I don't know, they're not into it.
Hold on, you mean to tell me that the classics, it tries to say it in Celestial, and you could tell that it's been a while since they've said it, but like a classic title, and just that's not appealing to them no more?
It's not. And I mean, I know the 12, but still, you would think that was around the time that I started learning. Gosh, what was it at that point? I think that was Sylvan that year. But yeah.
I think that, there's not an impending threat of the end of the world is kind of made can you do prayers in the correct language a lot less pressing a matter for today's youths. It's
it's just
no giant meteors, no storms of dragons, no giant dark rituals ripping through the land every few months. It's really a very
that was a fun one.
Pressure.
Yeah.
That was
a very fun one.
I gotta ask you, Khorag, any of your kids getting the itch to go out and do that adventuring thing?
Yes, and I'm trying to make it sound as boring as possible to them.
They're gonna have to learn at some point. At least one of them's got to take up the family crest,
Look, at some point, someone's going to go on an exchange program to the city or visit the homeland or something and read one of the archives, and it's all going to blow up. But and everyone's going to kind of figure out more or less at once. But I'd like to put that off until precisely none of the kids think I could possibly be cool. That's kind of the point where I'm going to allow that to leak, if at all possible.
You want it to be where it's a surprise that you're actually cool?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, based on the looks they give you when your back's turned, I think you're there already.
You'd be surprised. You'd think so, but there's always a holdout.
There's always at least one. I mean, I was like that as a young one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mira found my sunglasses a few years ago, and I had to lie for weeks to pretend that was someone else's sunglasses.
Whose sunglasses are they?
They're mine, but I wasn't going to admit that.
Oh.
Takes out water skin, undoes the top of it. It is definitely not filled with water and just takes a drink.
So, you guys kind of pass the time talking, reminiscing a little bit, catching up. I mean, you see each other in the town, but it's always more of the, hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? It's never the really in-depth conversations like you used to have back in the day. As you start to get closer, you notice this sort of strange fog start creeping in. It just seems kind of mist-like at first, and then it starts to become closer to, pea soup, right? And you see these little figures on the side, there's these trees sort of pressing in. You see a little sheep kind of pass through, and these little almost like puffball type things. They're sort of this purplish blue kind of hopping through. They kind of look at you, scurry away. And
That's different.
You all start to feel sleepy. Like your eyes start to feel a little bit heavy. And you notice like the horses, their pace starts to slow until they stop. And sleep doesn't take any of you guys. Like you're all awake, but you feel sort of, like whenever you curl into bed and you feel nice and safe and warm, you feel that. But the horses are stopped.
Well, this is going to be frustrating. I'm going to see if I can get out of the wagon.
Yeah, you're able to. Again, like there's not a ton of room between like the wagon and like the trees, but there's enough room for you all to get out. But yeah, horses are stopped. Wagon is stopped at this point. You know that you're probably pretty close to where you're supposed to be.
Hey, did you do that thing again?
No, not this time.
As magical traps go, this one's really pleasant.
This is nice.
Wait, it is better than the 5th to last time.
That was the
No
temple,
one's
right?
firing spikes at us.
Yeah. This is just comfy.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna
I did not like those acid pools.
yeah, I'm gonna tie up the horses so they don't wander off, or in case, and then I think we're close enough that we can take a look around, and maybe it'll just be a really pleasant talk, and we'll get to have a nap before we go home.
Would be fantastic. Can we see?
You're muted, by the way.
How far through the fog can we see?
Probably like where your hand is. Like if you reach out your hand, you can kind of see there. So not too far, but you do kind of see maybe off in the distance. It looks maybe like there's a light. It's like it is very foggy, but you think maybe it's a light.
I'm thinking, if my eyes aren't deceiving me, it's supposed to be that way. Points over to where that light might be. Maybe.
That makes sense.
Mm.
We should mosey on over.
Yeah.
Think the horses are good here?
If it's not, it might at least be someone who wants a donut hole over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Evie, do you have liter of something caffeinated, maybe? 2 liters of something caffeinated, or not really your purview?
I don't usually need caffeine. People tell me I'm hyper enough.
That's fair.
I've been told I should not drink that.
No.
It's like that brown liquid you guys all drink in the
Yeah,
morning.
I mean, in most circumstances, I think it would be a bad idea, but right now it might be.
I did have it that one time.
Yeah, we all. I thought you'd. Considering what happened, I thought that maybe was not a completely lucid memory for you, but
Yeah. Well, I've just anytime I've tried to drink it after, somebody has stopped me.
They probably should, honestly.
Yeah. Well, forget I asked. Let's
I have chocolate. That's brown.
Chocolate does have caffeine in it.
Well, yeah. Little square of chocolate might be nice for everyone. Keep us
Well, it's not a
conscious
donut.
on the way to the light.
It's a chocolate covered donut hole, and then there's like nut goop in the center of it.
I do love
You can
magic.
just call it butter, nut butter, or peanut butter, or literally anything else.
Calliope is gonna just start walking.
Yep.
There are so many other names.
Been a conversation they've had. They're gonna start walking.
Yep. So, besides Calliope kind of at the front, is there any particular marching order? Are you guys trying to do this like stealthily, or are you just making your way over there?
Dax will take the back, and just make sure nothing unpleasant comes up behind us without at least a shot at noticing.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to go ahead and give me a perception check?
All right.
First roll, almost an hour and a half in.
Let's
go. Wait, that's the wrong tab. There we are. There we go. That is it. Oh no, it rolled that at disadvantage. 13 is the first one. Okay.
So you see, again, you know, as you started making your way through, you saw like these little like sheep and these little like purplish blue little puff balls. So you actually see like this little purplish blue puffball start approaching you, Khorag. Just trailing behind, seems maybe more curious than anything. He's just kind of trotting along.
I'm going to wave to it and keep on walking.
Blinks its eyes at you. Doesn't really have an expression, but you think that it kind of shrugs. Just keeps following you. But yeah, not approaching you, not like sprinting at you. He's just kind of following.
I'm gonna play the I keep mispronouncing it. I'm gonna keep playing the Imbira. Try to keep myself like awake while we're walking.
Yeah. And as you guys start to get closer to this light and it gets brighter and brighter, you do feel more awake. Like, again, you do still feel very like comfortable and safe, but that sleepiness that you felt starts to kind of fade away. But you see like this big house. It's massive, but at the same time, it reminds you of like a little cottage. Like there's a chimney. You see like a nice actual little front porch. There's little like flower beds, and it has like a white picket fence around it. It looks very just comforting and cozy, and you can smell fresh cookies baking, just wafting out. And as you guys approach, and Khorag, again, that little purple bluish puffball, just kind of following behind. He'll kind of scurry off as you guys get up to this house. You see like the door open and this tall figure kind of duck down, go through the doorway, and it's sort of like this bluish silver scaled dragon born, you assume. I see you all got my letter. Well, come on in. And at that'll be a good time to take our break. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. So stick around, see what the dragon has to say.
We'll need to go get some nut goop, so we'll be back.
Why?
Stop that.
Why?
You stop that.
Yes.
Let's go.
I can't. But yes, we will catch you after the break in about 10 to 15 minutes.
All right.
So, yeah. And we're back because that's what Nate is saying. Yeah, so we're back from our break for the Sleeping Dragon, a little one shot. So far, we've met our adventurers and they have made their way to the dragon's house and he has just come out. So you guys, again, you see this dragon, this like dragonborn sort of coming out. He's tall, like even for a dragonborn. What are you guys doing?
Going to walk in and let's see. I think just introduce myself. Presumably he knows we came instead of but yeah.
You said we smelled cookies?
Yes.
Evie is just flittering right past everything to the kitchen to find what smells so good.
Very nice. Yeah, you kind of flutter past him and he just, okay. Help yourself.
That's just how she be. Don't mind her.
And I already have them in my mouth. They're so good.
Evie, save some for the rest of us. You are not the only one with an empty stomach.
Okay.
Sorry for the improper introductions here. My name is Calliope Sparkshine. So who do I have the pleasure of addressing?
Nyx.
Hold out hand for a handshake.
Yep. We'll shake your hand. I assume you're here on behalf of the child's parents?
You do be correct on that front.
Mhm.
They figured they were a little bit busy with the whole parental duties thing, and the help of some retired adventurers seemed like a perfect opportunity.
I do have a question, and I'm like still shoving cookie. You're not gonna eat us, are you?
I don't eat people. I eat, well, that was my dinner. I eat cookies and milk.
Do you like donut holes?
What's a donut?
I will
hole?
give you one of Timothy's holes because everybody loves Timothy's holes. And I send over with my mage hand some of Timothy's holes.
He'll kind of take it, set it down. I will try those in a bit. Not to offend you or anything.
I don't know if I can be offended.
Okay, well, everybody come on in, and the house is just it's cluttered. Like, there are books everywhere, and you see a couple nice sitting couches, and you see sort of like this little pile of like pillows and animals and blankets, and he kind of goes over there and just sits, looks at you all.
That mist outside, that's your doing?
Well, yes, I'm a sleeping dragon. I tend to have favor with anything that sleeps. Can help assist sleep along. I can sense when people aren't sleeping, which is actually what brought you here. Well, and we'll kind of like snap his fingers, and everybody gets like a little plate of cookies, and a little thing of milk just kind of hovers in the air. If anybody has any like dietary restrictions, like it's oat milk or almond milk, like don't worry, we got you. But so I had sensed that a child wasn't sleeping, and it tends to make things a little wonky here. So I decided, when the child wouldn't sleep, to send the parents a letter to use my powers to help the child. And he'll kind of look you all up and down. I think you're all trustworthy, but I do like to check, cross your T's, dot your I's sort of thing. So, and he'll kind of gesture out through a back window. Down that way, there are a number of tasks for you to complete and acquire little trinkets that you can bring back to me, and I will put them together on a little how do you say it? A mobile.
Mhm.
I believe that's the term in common. And I can use some of my magic and it'll help the child sleep. But I want to make sure you're actually going to use it for good and won't use it for any nefarious purposes. So if you're up to the task, I can send you that way.
Look it over to the group for their opinions.
Well, I don't really have an objection, but it does seem a trinket to help a child sleep seems a small matter to have a full vetting process for. Is there history here of things going wrong, or some unintended consequences possible from misuse of the mobile, or?
Not so much with me, but elsewhere there have been a number of sleep dragons whose magic has been used for, well, evil. Now, I don't think any of you would use it, but, it's a good way to check.
I'd like to think we have a long resume in terms of not being evil, but I understand the caution. And as far as mystical trials for a task go, this is probably one of the less onerous ones.
Could have been the library of Zenithor, so could have been, could have been a lot longer and much more spiteful.
Less pleasant. Yeah. So sure, we'll go ahead and handle this.
I ain't got no problem with it personally.
You two?
Vibe check on this dragon.
Yeah, go for it. Give me a vibe check.
Okay, that's the first time rolling that dice. It's not great. Shit, what's my vibe check? Hold on.
An insight check for the uninitiated.
Yeah. 16.
16? Yeah, like you can tell that what he is saying is truthful. Like shit has gone down before with sleep dragons. And this is just to make sure that everything is good, that it's not going to be used for bad, wants to make sure that somebody's worthy.
All right. I mean, yeah, whatever we need to do.
I do like trinkets, and I like adventure. So I think an adventure with trinkets would be awesome.
It's right up your alley.
I can possibly provide you with something at the end, a sort of trinket, or at the very least, maybe some cookies, or maybe my cookie recipe.
Oh.
You could turn them into donut holes.
I could have a donut hole cookie.
That sounds good.
I'll make some and send them to you, Cori.
Thank you. Okay. So he'll kind of, again, snaps his fingers. This back door swings open. Well, if you just walk that way and follow the lights, you'll come across the entrance to the trials.
Is this entrance going to be easier to find than Khorag's house? Because
I'm afraid I've never been to
we're
Khorag's house.
not great at finding that.
Well, I'm here, so if there is the same issue, I'll be around to deal with it. I'm sure it won't be a problem.
I'm just saying, you need a sign.
And I'm gonna get up and start heading over. Sashay away, as it were.
Yeah. So what's y'all's marching order?
Calliope normally goes first.
Second.
Then Evie.
And I'll bring up the rear.
Perfect. Yeah, so you guys make your way down, and it's sort of like a little cobblestone path. There's like flowers on the side, and it again, actually at this point, everybody give me a perception check.
All right.
Finally rolling.
Dice out of my tray.
I got an 8.
5.
12.
Let me look at my perception real quick. 23.
Yep.
Okay. So the three of you in the back, as you're walking along, you are just amazed by like all of this, because again, you guys have been in Blackburn for a number of years and you just have never seen this before. Like, you have gone into the woods, like you've traveled a bit. So you're just really just stuck kind of thinking about that, just like, wow, this sure is cool. But Calliope, you do spy these little purplish blue puffballs just kind of walking along. Some of them kind of look at you, look down, look back at you, look down, skitter away. There's a couple that do just kind of hang out and are just kind of looking at you.
No, we really should have asked Nyx what these little puffball things are. I'm gonna reach out and see if I can like touch one.
It'll let you.
Yeah, just kind of
starts like tilting its head into your finger, trying to get like some more scritches.
Well, now you're just absolutely adorable, ain't you? You little cutie.
Oh, Evie, can either of you talk with the little dude, or maybe give us a firmer ID?
With Evie growing up in a fey forest, would she recognize what these are?
Yes. So you recognize it as like a little sprite, but more so like a little dream sprite. So it's just like it's a little guy who, you know, instead of counting sheep in the Fey world, you count these guys.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Evie would tell you all that. Yeah, these little guys, they just like, you count them when you're laying there at night, and they jump over you, and you just count them one by one.
Well,
and eventually you fall asleep.
You're just absolutely one of the cutest little things I've ever seen. Yes, you are.
He's purring. He is definitely purring.
Well, knowing that these things are harmless makes me feel a little bit better. Finally, retract the hand away. There's quite a few of them watching us, though.
Be asleep right now.
Well, that's because you have to count a lot of them before you fall asleep. You can't just count one.
Sure.
You know, that is a good point. I'm going to just pinch myself hard.
You're fine. You're awake.
Still awake.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you go through like fog, weird things happen. So I wasn't sure if it put us to sleep or not. But...
Like that 6th from last time.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way down this little cobblestone path to an entrance. Kind of looks like a cave. Are you guys going inside?
Yeah. Is there a sign that says enter here?
Because you said that, yes, there is.
Awesome.
Yep.
I think this is it. See, Khorag,
there's a little smiley face too.
This is what you need. This is what I'm talking about. See how easy it is to find this place?
I suppose I see what you're referring to.
Maybe even like a mailbox might just be the solution there. And I'm going, and is it dark in the cave?
No, you can see that it looks like there are probably torches, like there is light sort of emanating from inside.
Cool. They will stretch out and like gesture for everyone and start to head into the cave.
Nice. Everybody following?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys go in, and similarly, it's made out of, like, the floor is cobblestone. And there's 3 walls with tapestries along them. There's 2 tapestries on each wall. And then in the middle, there's what looks like a little like pedestal type thing. And so as you guys start to come in, you see to your left, you see that there's a tapestry with like this big bright red dragon. Next to it, it looks like a king. You can see that he's like sitting on a throne. In front of you, there is a knight with like a sword. To the right of that, it's basically like the mountains and the valley. And then on the right wall, you see what looks like a castle, like maybe a celebration or something happening there. And then you see it looks like the town of Blackburn. But yeah, so you see the tapestries on all 3 walls and the little pedestal in the middle.
Tapestries on 3 walls, pedestal in the middle. And what's on the tapestries? I think I just missed that in the description.
Yeah, so on the left, there is a dragon, a king. In front of you, there is a knight, a valley. And to the right, there's a castle and a village.
Well, that's interesting. I'm assuming this is some sort of puzzle, but I'm not sure quite what we're meant to do with it.
Head to the pedestal itself and just like check around all sides of it just to see.
Yeah, so you see kind of on the top, and you can't really see it from like whenever you first enter, you see what looks like a little inscription. And so it says, "Why do dragons sleep during the day?"
Why do dragons sleep during the day?
This is going to be a pun, isn't it?
Absolutely going to be a pun.
I believe that they're called riddles or jokes. Not everything's, a level of pun.
Mm-hmm.
No, the answer is going to be some sort of ridiculous pun.
It could be
That's how
really
these
funny.
things go.
Yeah.
If we're going by really funny and pun-like, I would assume it'd be because they're afraid of the night.
I'm gonna go and tap the
like
knight.
with the
Tap the knight on the tapestry.
So as you go to tap on the knight tapestry, are you like just tapping it? Are you pulling it? What are you doing?
I'm gonna like tap it, and then like if that doesn't do anything, like see if I can pick it up off the wall.
Yeah, so you tap it, nothing happens. But the moment you go to pull it, you hear like this stone grinding against each other as the pedestal starts to flip, and you see this little stuffed knight about this size come up on the pedestal, and you see like the stone behind the tapestry starts to kind of almost like unravel, like open up, very Harry Potter-esque. Like kind of open up.
And one of our trinkets, I guess, pointing to the little stuffed knight, picks it up. Anyone want to hold on to this, or want me to stick it in the bag?
I say you can put it in the bag. I have
In
no
the
problems
bag.
with that.
My bag tends to be a little sticky, so we might not want to put it in that one.
That's fair. I'm gonna place it into the case with my instrument. You need to go in there, little guy.
And farther in we go.
Yeah.
Should we name him? He's pretty cute.
Well, if it's going on the kid's mobile, I think that we let the kid name him once once they're old enough to.
Babies can't talk.
Give her 2 years, or give the kid 2 years.
That's a long time to go without a name.
Well, until the child decides otherwise, I elect we name our little thing here Bob Jr.
Oh,
feel like-
Bob Jr. He
Considering
doesn't
what
like
happened to
Bob.
Bob 1, that's maybe not that's a heavy responsibility to give it in.
I was about to say, maybe we shouldn't cuss it with that name.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not Bob.
Fine.
Wait,
Okay, so
What
how
about
about
Steve though? Steve had a much better ending than Bob.
that? Was Steve did have a pretty nice
Yeah.
ending.
From like the 7th to last adventure. I liked Steve.
Steve the second.
Yeah.
Steve the second.
Steve the Second sounds fine.
A knight named Steve. Oh boy. So you guys make your way through this entrance that has appeared. It just seems like this long sort of corridor. There's lots of lights on the side. You see, like, again, sort of similar tapestries just along the sides, just depicting, like, again, like little sheep, like kind of running around, like milking cookies, just anything you can think of, like sleep related, is on one of these tapestries.
It's a lot to have in like a cozy little home like this.
Hmm.
You assuming some magic shenanigans over here by any chance?
I mean, presumably it is functionally a dragon's hoard. Magic is par for the course. Oh, that might explain the
That is
reticence
true.
to give this thing that might explain the reticence to part with sleeping magic if it's functionally a dragon's hoard.
Man, if they could just package and sell this stuff, I think it'd work wonders for especially your place, Khorag. Imagine all of this space for all your kids.
That would be nice if it was ever going to happen. Alas.
So at the end of this hallway, you see a door. Calliope, I'm assuming that they're up at the front.
Yes.
Perfect. Are you gonna go ahead and open the door?
Yep. Check kind of look the door up and down real quick, and then just mentally go, they would have to a trap, and open the door.
Yeah. Nothing happens besides you opening the door, and inside you see a bunch of these, again, purplish blue little dream sprites. There's about hold on, I gotta do my math. There's about 8 of them, can't count. And then between 2 at the far wall, you see that there's like a chest between them.
Do we think that's a mimic?
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right? Well,
Do you want
something
me to?
funky.
I can send my mage hand over there.
I mean, there's definitely something funky with it. So
All right, I'm gonna cast my mage hand and just send it over and just poke it, and it's gonna poke it and pop back real fast.
Immediately, all 8 of these little sweet dream sprites, you, Evie, know that they have just been activated. They're sort of like little sleeper agents almost. Anyway, you know that they have been activated, so I would like everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
yay!
All right.
And I will ask y'all in a sec after I roll my initiatives.
They did not like that, you guys.
Hey,
Where's my
let's
staff?
go. It's me, ya boy.
Oh.
Hey there, demons. It's me.
My cat got trapped in here. I've got to let her out.
Go for it. Okay, so I'll wait till Basheer gets back.
I just realized what my dice bag is. It's a mushroom. I didn't realize it was a mushroom. I thought it was like a weird upside down hat. It's
That's
Incredible.
Oh my gosh, look at my health in comparison to
I know. This will be fun. Anyway,
Aw.
so 25 to 20.
20.
Nice. Okay. What's your dex?
+3.
Okay. You will go first then. 19 to 16.
17.
15 to 10.
Well,
I think I said 13. Yeah, 13.
Okay. And okie dokie. Okay, so up first, Khorag. What you gonna do? And you should be able to move your token on the roll 20. Khorag, are you thinking or what?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
I'm just trying to
no
figure
worries,
out what
just
to
wanted
do
to check.
because it doesn't seem to be an open combat scenario quite yet. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So as a way of the flesh monk, I have a 10-foot reach. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that chest from over here and see what's inside in case it is important to whatever's going on here.
Yeah, so you open it up and you see this little it's a little puffball again, but it looks more stuffed this time. It looks like a little sort of sweet dream sprite. And it looks like it's made out of a similar material as the knight named Steve.
I'm going to grab it from the chest in case that solves our problem for us and secrete it away in a bag.
The little sprites look a little more pissed off. Like once again, they don't have faces, but they look mad. But a door does
their eyes at me.
Yeah. But you do see that like a door starts to shift, kind of open, much like the other one did.
And then I am going to use the dodge action if this was an item interaction instead of an action.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough. Okay, so let's do. So these two up at the top, one of them will try to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
So remind me again what the dodge action does.
Disadvantage on attacks against me.
Okay. I always forget that the dodge action is a thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 16 to hit.
16 is going to hit.
Okay. Well, that is 1 damage. These are not beefy boys. This one kind of manages to like connect with some of your hand that like is still sort of recoiling back, grabbing like the little sweet dream sprite. But that is what that will do. This other one will go ahead and come up and also try to bite you. Does a 5 hit?
No.
Okay, didn't think so. Okay, Calliope.
All right, seeing all of this happening. Oh wait, I'm muted. No, I'm not. Seeing all of this happening. Let's just. I'm going to quickly use my bonus action and look to Khorag, who's currently in the midst of all the sprites, and just, you got this, bae. And with that, I'm going to give you Bardic Inspiration.
All right.
So you get that D6 whenever you need it. And then with my primary action, this sprite.
Okay.
I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to... Where did you go, my friend? My beloved. There you are. Trying to think of how I want to say something here. You know, you're not nearly as cute as the last one that I gave scritches to. I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery at it.
Perfect.
Spell DC is 13.
Okay. What kind of save?
Wisdom.
That is a 15.
Dang. They don't care.
Pom-poms.
They don't care. Just kind of tilts its head at you, like still kind of attached to Khorag, just goes. But anything else for your turn?
Nope.
Okay. So these bottom two, this one is gonna go ahead and try to attack Evie. What a 5 hit?
No.
Okay.
I have an 11 AC, so I was like, you're definitely gonna hit me.
Oh my god. Well, not if I roll like shit.
5.
This other one will also try to come for you. Let's see if this rolls any better. It's a 10. A 10 doesn't hit. Cool.
Nice.
Incredible. These little guys kind of like bounce up to you, and you can kind of tell like their hearts aren't in it. Like they're here and they're supposed to be kind of protecting this and making your life difficult. But these two down here just don't really seem to be in it. Like it's very half-hearted. Yeah. Okay, so Evie.
Yeah.
Turn. Yeah.
I am going to cast. I'm trying to think where I can get the most of them in a 10-foot sphere. 10-foot radius sphere.
I can measure that for you real quick. So I'm just gonna go from ooh, Lord, that's 15 feet. That's okay. We'll just say 15 for purpose.
Like,
but it's roughly.
Could I get the two that are by me?
Yeah, absolutely.
In one?
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing that these are like all about sleep, I am sure that they don't like loud noises, so I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Okay.
Which is they have to make a Constitution save, anything within a 10-foot radius sphere. Which it's a 60-foot range, so I could like do it over in this corner or something to get those two.
Neither of those are gonna save. They rolled like shit.
Yay! So that is 3d8 thunder damage.
Nice.
Yeah. 11.
You see these two as you how does Evie cast this actually?
Evie takes out like a whistle that's just a very annoying like kazoo that she doesn't know how to play.
Right.
And just blows in it to make this very loud, annoying sound that would wake up anybody if they were trying to sleep.
Yeah, so when you do that, you see that these sprites just slump to the ground, are trying to like cover their ears and just sort of turn into almost like this goop across the floor. You can tell that those two are not going to be causing any problems for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Does the goop look like I could put it on a donut hole for like a frosting or anything?
I'm going to make you roll a check. I don't know what a cooking check is, but I'm going to make you roll something adjacent to that. Take your pick of what you want it to be.
I have previously in the past had to roll a performance for cooking.
Roll a performance. Then.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
Maybe. It could also kill somebody though. So
I mean that could also be helpful. I'm just gonna scoop some of it up.
Sure, easy enough. You scoop some of this poor dead sprite into like a little thing of glass. Okay.
I heard Sprite helps if you have an upset stomach, so.
Secunda, what are you doing?
Cringing at that.
Yeah.
I am going to step forward and get in between I'm trying to move in between the three triffids that are why did I call them triffids? Sprites.
I don't know what a triffid is.
Significantly more evil than these sprites are.
These little guys are cute. You just pissed them off.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna step between the three sprites, and I'm going to cast a Word of Radiance, which let me pull up my thing. So each creature of your choice that you can see within range, which is 5 feet, must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, where did I put this down? Hello. Okay, I got 2 natural ones and a 19.
Well, 2 of them fail.
Okay.
So they're gonna
take your pick of which one you would like.
I'll say the one next to Khorag is the one that survives.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling homeboy can just fuck it up. That is 5 damage. Do I need to roll individual for each one or just? It just says it takes.
Then I would say just
1d6 radiant damage.
Yeah, so we'll just do 5 then.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, anything else you would like to do on your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. All right, so these top left guys are gonna come here. This one is gonna come for you, Khorag. Let's see. Cool, does a 6 hit?
No.
Okay. Incredible. And then this other one will start to actually make its way down to Evie, just seeing that like it not only murdered its friends, but then proceeded to scoop them up. Not feeling super great. But yeah, so these little nightmare sprites are just all kind of bouncing around the room, and you can see that they're just very like anxious and upset and are just trying to, cause some trouble. Mm-hmm. But so the ones, Secunda, that you had hurt previously, one of them is going to try and bite you. Let's see if I can roll well. The answer is yes. That's a 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. Yeah, so this one...
shield.
Perfect. This one, you just hear it bounce off, like, makes a little clang against your shield. Exactly. Falls to the ground, just looks up at you like, oh, God. And the other one that you had hit is going to try and attack you as well. That is a 17.
Just hits.
Okay. For 1 damage.
1 whole damage. Oh my God, you're trying to kill me.
He kind of like bites into your finger. And it hurts, but it's very much like okay, calm down. You're but a small child.
Right.
But okay. So back to the top with Khorag.
All right. So I'm going to punch punch one of the ones next to me. Nice. Non-lethal if I need to specify that, but sure. Let's see. 1, and then martial arts for the follow-up blow. 7, that's probably going to miss.
7
and
miss.
19, which I think is going to hit.
19 will hit.
7 bludgeoning.
Okay. So are you hitting the one directly to the right of you?
Yeah, just hitting the one directly to the right of me. And if I knock it out, I'm just going to put it inside the chest.
So he is still standing.
Okay.
You can see like he looks very woozy, like he's kind of going around like this, looks up at you with like with its little like beady eyes. Tears start falling down its face, but it still looks a little mad. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Look, dudes, just back off. This isn't going great for you. And I'm gonna start moving. Is the door that's opening like behind the chest?
Like to the right of it, kind of.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I'm just gonna move up there, not provoking attacks of opportunity yet, but getting closer so that once the door opens, we can just leave while they're still angry at us.
Yeah, you can tell like this door, it seems like kind of from disuse, it's just a little bit slower than the other doors. So it is opening just very slowly. But let's see. Okay. So the one that you hit is going to try to attack you though. But I can't roll because that's an 11. It's fine. And then the one that saw that like you had hit its friend is also going to try and hit you kind of to the right of you. That's a natural 20.
That's gonna hit.
Yep. It's okay though. He's the baby. 5 damage for you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so those little sprites, like they're just kind of trying to attack you. They're like, maybe if we work together in numbers, like we can take them down. But Calliope, what are you gonna do this round?
This round, Calliope is just going to give a annoyed sigh. I'm going to move up. Oh god, I'm moving the map with me. Stop that.
Oh no.
There we go. Just move right about to here. And as Calliope moves, they're going to kind of sweep their hand across their dress and remove a rapier that has been placed at its side. Just going to give a quick swipe at the little sprite in front there.
Easy enough. Go for it.
That's a 22.
That'll hit.
That's going to be a D8 plus 1. Where's my D8? You. That's an 8.
So you hit this little guy. Question for you.
Yes.
Non-lethal or lethal damage?
Non-lethal. She doesn't want to kill them. They're cute.
Yeah, so Calliope, they kind of I'd like to imagine that you just kind of like smack the little sprite on the head, looks up at you, and just like slumps over again, turning into that goo. But it seems like a little more put together than the ones that like Evie went after. Slowly starts kind of like putting itself back together, but it is taken out of commission for
just a little bap.
Yeah.
And I'm going to end my turn there so I can keep a reaction just in case.
Okay, Evie, what are you gonna do this round?
Let's see. Okay. I think Evie is gonna cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
What ones are left not incapacitated? All the ones that are on the board?
All the ones that are on the board.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so 3. So I will cast at this one here next to Khorag.
Mm-hmm.
That's like on my side there. I'm gonna shoot 1 at it first, which is a 3.
3 will
damage.
not. Yeah. Oh, 3 damage. Got
Damage.
it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
But you're saying to hit, and I was like, oh.
No, magic missile just hits.
Yep.
Is it still solid?
Yep. Still
I
alive
will
and kicking.
Hit it with the next one also,
Perfect.
which is a 5.
It is still hanging on. It looks very just like disoriented.
Mhm.
It'll kind of whip its eyes towards you, narrows. Its eyes they kind of flash red. It looks a little bit angry at you.
Angry. All right,
Yeah.
I'll shoot the third one at it then.
Go
Also.
for it.
Which is a 2.
Yeah, so this last what do Evie's missiles look like?
They look like whisks.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
So all of you watch as like these wisks just start pelting this little sprite. Evie, non-lethal or lethal?
I think seeing that everybody else did non-lethal, and I felt a little bit bad about the other ones. I'll do non-lethal this time. So
Okay.
they're just like, as they're going at it, they're like whisking, and so they get sort of caught up in their fluff and just sort of like tie it up so it can't move.
I hate it, but I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
That
those...
just explains Evie. I hate it, but I love it. Yeah.
Secunda, what you doing?
I am muted is what I'm doing. I am going to go for the one that is in front of me.
Okay.
And I have a dagger, and I'm gonna kind of flip it around and use the pommel to knock the thing, because clerics get simple weapons. Which I always forget is a thing. That is a natural 17.
That'll hit.
Okay, cool.
That'll hit.
It's just base 17. I didn't want to have to do math. I'm struggling, y'all.
It's okay.
I'm so struggling. A 6 damage. Non-lethal.
Okay. So you again kind of seeing Calliope just bop the one in front of them. You just kind of do the same with your dagger, just kind of flip, clonk it on the head. It again sort of turns into that little goo, but it does seem a lot more put together than like the ones that Evie had gone after. Anything else you want to do?
No, that will be my turn.
Well, these last couple are gonna do their best, because that's all we can ever ask for from these little sprites. So this one is gonna move down towards Evie. That is a dirty 20 to hit. Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
I can do math.
Actually,
Ooh.
they're about to do that. Calliope's just gonna look at them and go, honey, don't you dare. And I'm gonna use silvery barbs. Which you have to re-roll the 20 and use the lower roll.
Yeah.
My favorite spell. It's so good.
Evie, you're great. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Also, Evie, you now get advantage on the next attack, ability check, or saving throw you make within a minute.
Nice.
Incredible. So this little sprite will try to come up to you and just Calliope just looks ashamed of itself, looks down, looks up at you, and it's giving you like puppy dog eyes, Evie.
Okay.
But then there's one next to Secunda that is going to go ahead and try to hit her. I can't read numbers. This is fine. That's a 14. Just again just bounces off. Just can't quite find purchase underneath like your armor. Trying real hard though, and he looks real sad. But okay, we are back to Khorag.
All right. So I'm going to just I'm going to try and grapple with my first attack, one of the remaining ones, and just safely put it in the naughty box.
Okay.
As it were. I'm going to spend a key so that I activate my Way of the Flesh ability so I can grapple with acrobatics instead of athletics.
Nice.
And that is a 20 total, not natural. Dirty 20.
Yeah, you're fine. Because that's a 9.
Yeah.
Going in the forever box.
Grab him, put in the box. Other one, it's, let's see, the other one is over there. Yeah. You go in the box, we'll go there and do the same thing for this one with our bonus with the bonus action. Just the naughty box, 11.
That's fine. Yep. Goes
Going in the
goes
timeout box.
Yeah.
Going in the timeout box.
As you start to throw these kind of into what was once a chest but is now the naughty box, you just hear a little like just this high-pitched noise of it screaming as it launches into the open chest. Well, they're in there now. They're a little too small to like actually get out, but you can see that they're trying to like kind of jump out, but they don't quite have the brains to understand, oh, one of us could go on the bottom and one could get on top and then hop out. No, they aren't there yet. So
that is the end of my turn. I'm just going to end over there so I can run for get into the door once it opens up the rest of the way. But yeah.
Sounds good. Calliope, what you doing? What are they doing?
They aren't a humanoid, so I can't do that. I'm going to... You know, it didn't work the first time, but it might this time. I'm just going to look at the last little puffball and just... See how your friends got put in the timeout box? You don't want to go in the timeout box, do you? Because you're being a really bad little sprite and you're going to have to go in the timeout box. And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery again.
Okay. What's the save? What is the save again?
13.
Okay. And it's wisdom?
Wisdom.
Well, it's a 12. So,
Hey.
So you say that to this little sprite.
Oh.
And it looks at you. Ears start filling in its little eyes. It looks up at you. It turns around, walks through the entrance, and again, does not have shoulders, does not have really facial expressions beyond the eyes, but looks so upset. You can tell that that little sprite is questioning everything about its life right now.
Bullied this poor thing. I'm gonna roll the damage roll now.
Oh shit, right.
That's a 3.
Okay, well, it's to
It's
add
sad.
insult to injury, you know, as the sprite is sort of walking, bouncing, who knows what these sprites really do. Just, you see it like just jerk, and you just go,
Oh. Well, now I just kind of feel bad.
okay.
I'm gonna toss him a donut hole because I feel a little.
Because I feel outright horrible. You should let those other two out the box.
So, there are still the two in the box, but once again, they do not have the brains to understand, we could work together to get out of here. They are both just trying. So they are just in the box. The door has like fully opened at this point. Initiative is paused. I'll say that.
Okay.
By the time they actually get out, I'm sure we'll be far enough away that
Yeah.
it's not going to be worth their time to chase us. So let's just head on through to the
Wait!
next thing. Yeah.
We have to name the new plushie. I think it looks like a Nate.
I like that one.
I think Nate's
Mhm.
a good name.
Nate's a good
Yeah.
one.
I was thinking Havrox the Grim, but Nate's fine. Nate's good.
Nate's a good
We'll
one.
go with
Yeah.
we'll go with Nate.
And also, just before we go, and I'm going to head over to the ones in the box that are still like hopping mad. Hey, little guys.
They're like vibrating with anger.
Now listen. I know that you were probably guarding this chest and you're doing your very best. And you know what? We appreciate that. Not all things that we encounter just try their best in these kind of circumstances. You should all be proud of yourselves. Now, if you're going to be good little sprites, I will let you out of the timeout box.
They narrow their eyes at you. Will you make me a persuasion check?
I will.
I'll say with advantage because you did just kind of mess these other little ones up.
Got you. Persuasion, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have proficiency. I have expertise in that, so hopefully. It's the same roll both times. It's a 16.
Okay, 16. They'll kind of nod. They respect it.
Okay.
They stop hopping around. They will kind of look at you, look down like at the box, look up at you,
Yep.
down at the box.
She's gonna reach in and kind of like cup both of them and let them out of the box.
They'll like kind of do like, when cats like will like nip at you and it's not really to like hurt you or anything. They kind of do that.
I'm gonna pay that no mind. They're just doing what they think is necessary.
They might just be hangry.
That is true. You guys hungry by any chance? Evie makes some delicious donut holes.
Yes.
You think they're nodding? They could just be really excited.
That they would like the sticky sweet ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I give them each a sticky sweet donut hole. It's got like this like white goo on the outside.
Just immediately eats it.
Please tell me they just like it's just like the whole thing.
It's like whenever you're like a kid and you have a grape and you just go, it's like that. Yeah. But okay.
I thought they'd like that one. I have a knack for knowing what flavors people would like.
Yeah.
Except for that baby. I don't know what that baby likes.
That was absolutely the most adorable fight I've ever experienced. Shall we go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's keep on keeping on.
I hope I didn't accidentally give them the ones that had their friend on it.
I don't think you did. I also don't think that they have taste buds. I'm pretty sure that they're just fluffy stomachs, but they're absolutely adorable.
So you guys make your way through with your new friend Nate to another long hallway, and you hear a snore. And then another, like coming from the other end, where again you see another door.
Well, let's go up and peek through the keyhole, see what we're looking at.
So you're peeking through?
Yep.
So as you kind of like look through, you see this giant sloth in front of this door. Like it's like as you're looking through, you see like this giant sloth that is just curled up asleep. And if you you can kind of angle yourself just right, and you can see that there's another little trinket that like in the sort of like right center room, or to the center right of the room. There we go. That looks like a little stuffed sloth. What are y'all doing?
That's a big one.
So there's a decent odds that it wakes up and gets real angry at us if we grab that stuffed sloth.
Pretty
But-
decent.
How many donuts do you have on you, Evie?
So many.
So I think here's my plan, more or less.
We're gonna Eberron Jonathan it and replace the sloth with the donuts.
Pretty much. Also,
I just realized.
So good.
Watching
I
their
just
reaction in
processed.
real time gave me life.
Yeah, we're gonna Eberron Jonathan.
Gotcha.
I almost spit out my water. Okay.
All right. So in we go. Just kind of try and tiptoe up to the stuffed sloth with a bag of donuts in hand, a small bag of donuts in hand.
Before you do that, I can just kind of fly over and make the switch.
Oh, well, yes, you should definitely you. And I'll
Okay.
reach out the hand all the way through the line to hand you the bag of donuts.
Okay. I will unfurl my wings because I have a flying speed equal to my walking speed. And I also have silent feathers. So I have,
You're an owl.
yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
zooming.
Yeah, so
Zoom.
you are zooming. Let's go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check on this.
Oh
though.
shit, I thought it was going to be stealth. Okay. That's my bad. That's an 18.
Yeah, you are just switch it out. Easy enough. You pick up the little sloth. Again, about the same size as the other little trinkets you have got. And as you're in there, you realize that like the sloth is in front of a door though.
I'm gonna, when I land, I'm gonna say, I mean, it's in front of the door.
Well, as the door opens, we can kind of try to crawl around it. Just
Is it-
kind of get through as quick as possible.
Are the hinges on the inside of the door, or do we see the hinges? Like, would the door open towards us or away from us? Can we tell?
You
Or
said
is it
that. And I
doing,
was
like-
like, what?
Sorry.
It would definitely
And
open.
around.
Yeah, it would definitely open in like towards the room.
We're gonna have to move the sloth. That's a sentence I have now said on a D&D game.
Ask me one donut from that bag. I have a plan.
What flavor?
What do you think a sloth would like?
Definitely the nut goop.
Okay, nut goop it is.
Hmm. So I hand you a nut goop.
All right, I will grab the nut goop. I will kind of and like wave it in front of the sleeping sloth's nose, kind of trying to get it to unconsciously follow the donut away from the door. Or maybe stir a little and crawl away from the door a bit to go after this donut.
So this sloth, you see its nose start twitching and slowly, because remember, this is a sloth, starts moving away. And I mean, this is slow. Like, it barely sort of scrapes along, but still just doesn't wake up. Very sleepily, it makes its way kind of to the other side, away from the door. The door is now free.
And I give it the donut
I'm going
to
to
seal the
very,
deal.
and as this is happening, I'm going to start to very carefully make my way towards the door.
Yeah.
Sloths have big claws. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Guys,
So
we have to name the new sloth before we can leave.
Sid.
Sid. I like
Is that copyright?
No.
Can we do that?
Shush.
can we do that?
Can we? Shush.
So I will say though, can everybody give me stealth checks? Just as
All
you're
right.
leaving.
Jack of all trades, don't fail.
Natural
me now.
20.
13.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Hey, very
That's
nice.
2 of us. Let's go.
Yep. So yeah, you guys are able to make your way through. At one point, like Khorag's, you kind of like step, and you hear like a creak, and like the sloth kind of shifts for a minute, but then just smacks its mouth, lays back down. You guys all manage to make your way through.
That nut goop's real sticky. It's going to be chewing on that for a while.
Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of impressive that the floor creaks when it's a stone floor. Like, there's some wild engineering going into that.
Listen,
Starts
I'm just impressed that despite me wearing heels, it didn't click that hard. So give some props where it is due.
It's true. That's true.
It is. All right.
So you guys anyway, make your way through this door with the stone floor creaking.
Well, it was engineered that way to be part of the test.
Exactly.
It was.
Exactly.
But not clacking under the heels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The dragon knows its audience, okay? You know? But so it immediately opens into this other room. And there's 4 beds in this room, and there's like a couple torches, and you see there's a door on the other side. So like you enter through the door, and then there's another door, and it looks like there's something written on it.
Kind of like nudge Secunda.
Can I read it?
Yeah, you should go read that.
Would you like my list of languages that I speak?
Anyway, so you make your way over there. It's in Minotaur, because why not?
Are you fucking kidding me?
You speak Minotaur, correct?
I didn't take Minotaur.
The one time.
Carly, you said you were taking Minotaur.
Did it as a joke. I didn't take Minotaur.
We're gonna pretend that you do, because everybody,
You
actually
speak
everybody,
nine
if you haven't
languages.
already, you take Minotaur, because Minotaur is vital to every
Minotaur.
game that I will ever
Okay.
run.
That's fair.
Yep. Okay. So you come up to this, and it's been a while since you have seen this language, so it kind of takes you a moment, and you're like, oh my god, I've been telling people that I know all these languages, and I think I forgot one.
But it
So you
uses the
can't-
same script as something else, so I'm just kind of fumbling through.
Yeah. But you managed to kind of piece together this. Adventurers, to further proceed, there is a key that you will need. It requires passing through a door. It's easy. You've done it before. Infants and elderly, this key can turn. They know how. There's no need to learn. Against this door, you cannot stand, but it's hard to cross upon command. What is this door? Where is the way? I'll go through, unseeing, every day. And for my adventurers, I will drop that in the chat to make your lives easier.
It's sleep, right? That's like a nap.
I sent it to Nate.
Or maybe it's, let's see, you've done it before. Infants and elderly, this key can turn. Oh, this key can turn, not can turn this key. I know, they know how, there's no need to learn. Against this door you cannot stand, but it's hard to cross upon command. Yeah, it's sleep. It's hard to go to sleep on purpose. Infants and elderly do it all the time.
This
They
key
kind
can
of roll
turn, you
around in their
toss and
sleep.
turn in your sleep.
Yeah. What is
We
this
are
door?
on
What
a
is the
sleep
way?
mission.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everyone goes through it unseeing every day.
Now,
Who can
Because your
sleep on
eyes are
tonight?
closed.
now
Mhm.
here's
Don't see.
Do we
well.
just lay down and take a nap? Is that the...
Calliope, do that thing.
Hold on, give me just 1 second here. I have to see how sleep spell works. Can I cast sleep on myself?
Who has the lowest health? And are you willing to get punched in the face a couple of times to drive it forward to make sure
I'm
sleep
the one
goes?
with the lowest health.
Okay.
Naturally.
You can't punch Calliope in the face. That's their moneymaker.
The
Just
gut or
Hit
something.
me, then yeah,
Like,
hit me in the stomach or something that's like
yeah, okay.
covered. All right. I'm going to cast. It's within 20 feet of a point I choose within range, so I'm just gonna choose me. Oh, it says creatures. Everyone needs to get away from me.
Well, it only affects a certain amount of hit points.
Yeah,
so
it
that is
starts from the
fair.
lowest number of hit points and works up. So as long as you don't
Yeah.
roll like 40 or something.
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
could
try
be
not
fine.
to. I'm
All
gonna
right.
cast sleep. All right. So here's the thing. That's 5d8. Let's see how this goes. Also, if this fails, I'm gonna laugh.
I love the fact that we could just lay down and take a nap, but no, we're gonna cast a spell for it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm asleep officially with
Okay.
that. So that's 3. Oh no.
Who else is asleep?
Okay, we're at 26.
Okay. 18, that's 8.
35.
Okay, so 15 HP beyond
Yeah,
there.
so we're fine.
And yeah, we're fine.
Okay, cool. So me.
You're muted, Clay.
Gonna ask Calliope, are you going to go ahead and like go to the bed before you cast this, or are you just gonna
They will walk first to the bed. Like, just make sure that there's no dust or linens on it, that if they do fall asleep like face first doesn't get into the makeup. And just, all right, I didn't really try this before, but let's see how it
Yeah, so Calliope, all the rest of you watch as they kind of just into the bed. But Calliope, you have little dreams, just things kind of from your childhood, just pleasant memories of, the tavern, of your friends, of adventures with this group. And there's one particular dream that just keeps resurfacing. And it's more like a memory from your childhood of this little blanket that you had. It was yellow and it had little puffball-like dots kind of on the ends. And as you're kind of like drifting through dreamland, you're like, just the puffballs give you a little weird vibe now, but still, it brings comfort to you. And the three of you watch as this blanket starts to appear draped over Calliope. This little small yellow blanket with little puffball dots on the ends. But Calliope, eventually you're able, you come to. And you have your Foofy.
I haven't
Laying
seen
over
you.
you.
I haven't seen you in years. Oh, Foofy. Like, kind of gives it a little hug.
It feels and smells exactly like you remember. And there's just this part of you that just just brings you peace. But as you wake up, the door open. What are y'all doing?
Into the door.
Okay.
Kind of like look at the group, look back at the foofy, and just, yeah. You got some work to do, bud. And I'm gonna place it into the same luggage that I'm holding the other things in.
And as you guys start to go through, a little like pillow sort of pops out of the wall, again about the same size as like the other little stuffed animals.
Pick that too.
Okay. So as you guys cross the threshold of this door, you see a couple more of the little sweet dream sprites, and then a sheep. He looks stuffed, a little bit bigger maybe than some of the other stuffed animals that you have seen, but he's kind of in the center back of the room. The little sprites are just kind of jumping up and down, don't seem to be angry. There's pillows everywhere. And it just feels like a very like warm and comforting place.
I'm gonna cautiously start stepping towards the other side of the room.
Okay. Easy enough. Nothing's happening.
Can I grab the plushie?
One moment, please.
Not again.
Not again. I mean, I think I know where this is going, and I think me and Pepp both just looked at each. Like,
You probably do.
immediately like,
It's gonna go ahead and bite you. That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, that does. It bites me.
It bites you. Okay.
Owie. Ouch,
Oh,
ouch.
hold on, I gotta see. What am I actually rolling for this? Oh, lordy.
It's a great question.
It's 4 damage.
Ow.
Yeah, he's a little beefy boy. But yes, if everybody would go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Jesus Christ.
That's 10.
Okay.
5.
Oh no, guys.
14.
Okay. What did you say, Carly?
Sorry, 8.
No worries. Just did not hear ya. Okay, now let me actually roll for our sheep mimic.
Sheep mimic.
I
Sheep
knew there
mimic.
would be a mimic. I knew you could resist it.
I do love a good mimic. I do love a good mimic.
Back to my fountain of coin mimics that I like to throw at people.
Okay. Okie dokie. These little nightmare sprites, you can tell that maybe like the sprites in general kind of work as like a Borg type collective. It's like one sort of like consciousness. Yeah. So they are not gonna fuck with you. Like they look a little bit scared and they're just kind of bouncing around. They're not gonna mess with y'all. But yes, okay, Evie, you are up first. What would you like to do?
I will shoot my magic missiles at
Go for it.
the sheep guy. And I'm just gonna pop off all 3 directly at it.
Okay.
So the first one is 2 damage, another 2 damage, and 5 damage.
Calculator up so I can actually calculate things. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Okay.
Just shoot my little whiskey missiles.
Beautiful. So as you just keep shooting these missiles off after this little mimic tried to bite at your friend, it is going to go ahead and actually use a layer action. Everything in this layer turns to pillows. So it will be treated as difficult terrain for you guys. Obviously, like if your character has something, so that doesn't matter. Fair. But yes, for everybody, just know that it is difficult terrain. Okay. Calliope, what would you like to do? You are now standing on pillows.
You know what? Could be worse. Second level spell time.
Like that 8th from last time.
I am going to they are going to swipe their hand across the eyebrow horn, and as they do, it's going to trail the makeup out and fling it forward. And I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers.
Nice.
5 feet on each side. So basically this square.
Yep.
It does not do anything immediately, because only when they start their turn or enter into it for the first time.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to remain still in case it decides to attack, so I can have a reaction ready.
Okay. Well, it starts its turn there, so...
Okay. Time for damage. 1 second. While I find what's the damage for it. 44. Okay. Do-do-do-do-doot. That is 7 damage.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see. It is going to go ahead, because I believe, Secunda, you were still up there.
Yes.
Okay, so it is going to try and bite you again.
Last spell slot.
That is hold on. Here's my math. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Silvery barbs.
Okay.
Last spell slot.
Oh my god.
Reroll that.
Do I have to use this one?
You have to use the lowest roll.
Oh, okay. The same thing then.
Oh my god.
I rolled a natural 20, so
Well,
much better the other way.
well, I tried.
I've not used a spell slot. I'm going the Merle High Church route of playing a cleric.
It is hold on. It is 4 damage though. Yep.
You do still get an advantage on your next roll.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. But that will be its turn. You are actually up next.
Cool. I'm going. Ooh, excuse me. Since I have advantage, I'm gonna go ahead and just stab it with my dagger.
Go for it.
Well, that's a nat 1 and an 18, so that's a 20.
That'll hit.
Cool.
The natural 1 will, I mean.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's a non-Newtonian sheep.
Obviously.
That is 7 damage.
Okay. Perfect.
Yay. And that's all I can do.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so that's all you're doing? Okay, cool.
Ooh, I'll actually, while I'm here, I'm just gonna go ahead and healing word myself.
Good. So what does that look like for our audience?
So I just kind of mutter under my breath, you'll find you're gonna be okay. You just breathing exercises. And I just kind of start doing deep breathing. and just kind of glow a little bit and heal.
All right. I'm going to...
Quick question, Secunda. Do you happen to glow green?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey.
Khorag, what you up to?
All right, I'm gonna run forward and start pummeling this thing to try and get it away from Secunda. So we're going to 1, 2, 10 and 9. That's a bad set of rolls.
Yeah, those will not hit.
Yeah, that's I think that's going to be it for my turn. I'm better off not throwing good key after bad.
Yeah, so as you're like trying to kind of make your way across like the floor that has now turned into pillows, you just can't quite find like your rhythm. You just can't quite hit it with the power that you're expecting. So it more just kind of like your arms just kind of like flop against it. It's not going well. But that's it for your turn.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, Evie.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Okay. Well, because Evie can fly, I'm assuming I can fly over these pillows.
Yes, you can.
Without the disadvantage or half speed. So I'm going to fly up. Let's see. That would be about 30 feet. I'm gonna measure you tool again. Okay, so I'm going to, if I shot Tasha's caustic brew from this point, it is 5 feet wide, would that miss Khorag?
I just dropped everything on my desk.
Oh my god. Yes, it will.
Okay. Yes, so I'm going to do that. I am clicking too many buttons and making all my screens go away that I need.
Fair.
And I'm gonna do that at a 2nd level spell.
Go for it.
And so you need to do a DC 15 dex save, it looks like.
Oh, well, that's no.
Okay.
Yep.
Some very hot glaze shoots from Evie. Just this sticky, white, gooey glaze shoots forth like steaming hot for...
That is a selection of adjectives you use.
Yeah.
for 9 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that is a thing that you did.
That's the thing I did.
You see that some of its sort of wool starts sort of almost like schlepping. Is that a word? It's a word now. Schlepping off. And you can kind of see inside of it, it's almost like kind of looks like an animatronic kind of thing, and you see inside it is a little sheep. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm just reading this real quick. It says that a creature covered in the acid takes the damage at the start of each of its turns.
Okay. I'll put that down.
Oh, this poor man's.
Okay.
So it might not have taken that right now, but at the start of its turn, it would.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sorry.
Are you done with your turn?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, Calliope, what are they doing?
Calliope is going to casually stride forward to be about to here. Is going to look the mimic sheep up and down very judgmentally and just go, honey, no. And cast Mrs. Mockery.
Good.
DC 13. Wisdom.
Let's see what the wisdom is. That is a 14.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all I can do.
This sheep has probably been through it before.
Yeah.
Just kind of looks at you and just gives you a bitch please look.
That's fair. I should probably roll concentration on my dagger.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's 17.
Good. Okay, let me mark this off. Okay, so clouded daggers because the sheep is about to take its action.
Right. All right. I need to see how many d4s that was again. 1 second. There you are. Yeah. We were 44. So. 10 damage.
Okay.
Then you're acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it hits at the when it hits, or if it just is at the beginning of its turn.
What was the spell again?
Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Okay.
Covered in
Yes.
acid.
Looking things
Uses
up.
the action.
Here.
Yeah, it says that it takes the damage at the start of its turn. So
Yeah,
I think that this is when it takes that original. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So at this point, like with the cloud of daggers and the acid sort of soaking through, you see more of its like the wool start to kind of like pull away, and you see just the little sheep inside of it. But okay, the sheep is gonna go ahead and take its turn. It is gonna try to go. It's gonna move up just a little if I can. Let's see. It is gonna go for Calliope.
Why? Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Yes. Yeah.
Does that do the thing?
that do indeed do the thing.
Okay. Well, it's. Hold on. I have so many notes and so little organization.
That's unfortunate.
It's only 6 damage though.
Oh, okay. That's good. I'm okay with that.
I can't roll well.
Ow!
Yeah, it just latches onto you, like latches onto your arm.
Do you know how expensive this is?
Just stares at you.
There's 23 electrum just for the stitch.
Does not care. Like this sheep does not care. But that will be its turn. So our favorite owl, what's she doing?
Well, the sheep skipped its lessons. So no. I'm kidding. So you said that the little plushy thing is exposed?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to just reach in and grab it.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Make like an attack roll.
Okay.
Just like whatever you would normally use for your attack.
That is a effective 20.
You're reaching in and grabbing it?
Yeah.
Watch out for the white goo.
So our lovely owl
I have wisdom, not intelligence.
okay reaches in. your little like your feathers kind of reach around it. Are you pulling it out?
Yeah.
So you pull it out. The sheep turns to you, looks at you for a moment, and then falls to the ground. My friends, we are out of combat.
I thought that was gonna be a trap. You freaked me out.
I like to keep people on their toes.
I'm just gonna look down at the torn bit of my dress and just Well, shoot.
Are you all right? Do you need healing? Anything?
I'd appreciate some healing. This'll just have to be this'll be a trial.
Yeah. And I'll just kind of like put my hand on you and just healing word, or not healing word, cure wounds. And you will heal for, what is cure wounds? Is that a D8? Hold on. I should remember this. Why is it
1d8 plus your relevant spellcasting modifier.
Thank
for
you.
cure wounds.
Okay. You will heal for
Each one of us knows the rules.
8 damage.
I heal 8 damage. I am back to full.
Yay.
Let's
Nice.
go.
So as you guys, actually, before I say this, what are y'all naming the stuffed sheep?
Sean.
Bitey.
Sean.
We're naming it after the dead mimic.
That is fair.
Bitey.
Bitey? Yeah.
Bitey.
So as you name this sheep, you hear just clapping behind you as this dragonborn Nyx makes his way in. And you watch as like this fog starts to kind of creep in behind him and go around all of you. And you start to feel sleepy. And he's kind of reaches out his hands and if you'll pass me the trinkets, please.
Sure.
I hand him the cursed sheep.
Yeah. So he will grab all of them and you see him start to kind of swirl his hands like this as you guys get more and more tired. Until finally you start to drift off. And you wake up the next day in your beds, at home. Calliope, you have your small yellow blanket draped over top of you. Evie, there's a little acorn. You know him, you love him, Mr. Copperbottom.
Mr. Copperbottom.
Khorag, you have actually a couple of books. A book of scripture, a couple books that kind of piques your interest. And Secunda, you have a little stuffed displacer beast. And it's weird because as you guys sort of brush the sleep out of your eyes, you're like, did that really happen? Is that just a dream? But for the first time in days, you don't hear a baby crying. And that is where our adventure is going to end tonight.
Hey.
So nice.
Yeah. So I would like to give all of my friends here the opportunity to plug any future projects that they have, anything that they want to kind of talk about, where we can find you on social media. Let's go with Calliope.
Hi, I'm Jhevaunte. I played Calliope Sparkshine. You can catch me on my social media at Jhevaunte, J-H-E as an echo, V-A-U-N-T-E. I got quite a few things that I'm doing, and the most recent is going to be check out Time Lord's Wife on Twitch this Sunday, as our final part of Castaways is going to be taking place. It's going to be great. Also, I'm apparently going to be working on some Vampire the Masquerade stuff with a couple of my friends, including at some point in the future a study group with Time Lord's Wife and a few others for teaching them how to play Vampire the Masquerade. Plus, I got a few other things in store. One of them wrestling related. So just keep an eye on my Twitter.
Oh, incredible. Okay, Secunda, would you like to go next?
So I am Carly. You can find me at basically every social media at CRLYBUG. It was with an A was already taken, so we had to get creative with it. You can also find me starting soon on Madbird streams on Tuesday nights, I will be playing another cleric because I love clerics now. Apparently, it is a very fun campaign. I'm very excited for it. My character's name is Tuna, so big excitement for that.
Good. Evie.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at pepperina_sparklegem. I also work on the It's a Mimic podcast, where I am one of their resident dragon experts. And I soon will have an episode coming out about DMing for kids also. And then you can find me on the Initiative Order on Discord, Causing Chaos, and I am their social media manager. So I'm in charge of posting all the fun things that we see, and get to hype all these awesome shows.
Hey. And last but certainly not least, Khorag.
Hey, I am Basheer Gauss. You can find me on most social media as Basheer Gauss or as Havoc Vet. I am currently working on Guns Blazing, an independent tabletop game about freedom fighters and international volunteers in a diesel punk 1920s fighting monsters literal and political. It is hitting Kickstarter March 2023. You can find it at kickstarter.com/gunsblazing.
I'm sorry, that is just
Holy
perfect.
shit.
So yeah, I am Cori. I was the DM for this evening. That is crazy. I rarely DM, and this was my first time ever DMing on stream. So I hope all of you guys had fun. I think my players had fun, and I hope the audience did as well. You can usually find me on the Initiative Order every other Saturday for our Death in Space campaign. Nicest whenever she comes back. And I should have a couple things kind of in the works, but you can follow me on Twitter before it dies. Love Days, LOV days _. But that is kind of it for me. But before we go, I do want to give a quick shout out to our wonderful sponsors of the channel, starting off with Session Zero Clothing. We create some awesome tabletop role-playing game inspired streetwear. You can use code ORDER at checkout for off your next purchase. Next, we have the Master Dice Crafters at Norse Foundry. If you use code TIO15 at checkout, you can have 15% off your purchase. We also have some more dice crafters over at Mithril Armor. It's TIN, by the way, because every time I hear somebody say 10, I'm like, why are we making 10 D20s? But okay. If you use the code initiative, you can get 10% off your purchase. And last, but certainly not least, one of our GMs, Taryn of Umbral Oculus Dice, has offered a wonderful discount. If you use code initiative, you can get 10% off a full set of handmade dice from Umbral Oculus. That is some of the things that I was rolling tonight. But please stick around as we will be rating our good friend Miss Magitech over at Magi RPG. Good night and all that good stuff. And thanks for joining us for Adventurers Wanted.
Sweet dreams.